Welcome back to another episode of the Finprov podcast. I'm your host, as always, Finton Smith. Thank you for joining me. If you're listening canonologically, if you're listening canonologically, it sounds right, but also wrong. If you're listening in order at the time of release, I wish you a Merry Christmas. Hope you had a great, fantastic, fun-filled time. As always, anything you can do to help your little friend out over here, I greatly appreciate. Whether that's like, subscribe, share, comment, rate, review, whatever you can, whatever you have to do. Thank you very much. Anyway, talking about holidays. Last episode, obviously Christmas special. I kind of dove into a few of the expected treats of Christmas and my gripes with the holiday. One of the gripes that I'm not too upset. A new shirt. The old. What is that? It's a bit of a jaguar print almost. Bit of leopard print, bit of cheetah print. I opened it up. I said, "What the hell is this?" But I put it on. I feel the coke addiction kicking in as soon as I put this on. But then at the same time, I look like my 80-year-old nan. So, I dig it though. Anyway, things didn't quite go to plan for old Finty Poo. I spoke about how something that of course I mentioned, you've got some of the traditional foods such as your prawns and your oysters and your hams, and then I mentioned, your bonbons, and I mentioned how I'm not a good gift giver, gift receiver, sorry, all that jazz. Things didn't go to plan. Things didn't turn out the way they were supposed to turn out. Because, that was released, Wednesday? And Christmas... Well, that was released Wednesday, and Christmas was on Saturday. Yes? Yes. I had to do the math in my head. So Christmas was on Saturday, right? And that was on Wednesday. But actually on the Sunday before that, I didn't mention it because, didn't think it would, I thought we might be out of the woods. But on the Sunday, so what's that? The 19th? The 19th, found out that my sister got COVID. So, there was a bit of a meme going around that, the new high-octane sport for the holidays is trying to not get COVID. And I succeeded, but someone in the tag team, someone in the bobsleigh going down the bloody mountain with me, didn't quite clear that hurdle. So thank you. So that was on Sunday. So I had to get tested, and then I was isolating, and then our results come back a few days later. She's definitely positive, because she'd done the rapid test originally. Then she tests positive for real. Your boy negative, Touch wood right now. I'm scared to say it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Wood, and a wood to you. Your boy's got the best immune system of all time. So I dodged that bullet. But still, we're a family of 5 here. My room is right across from hers. I got to walk past her room every day to get to my room. It was kind of turning into that high-octane sport. It was turning into a new event. It was, let's see how long I can hold my breath for each day. I'd walk out my door, mask on, sprint past, just hold my breath, sprint past, slam the door. Anytime, and I'm walking down with food and stuff, I'm like back turned against the wall, so against, not facing her, just creep along the wall as fast as I can, spilling shit all over the place, just to get in my room, slam the door, half a bottle of sanitizer, sit down, enjoy in peace, and then, go to the toilet, now I gotta go upstairs instead of the one down here, a mess, right? And the rules, I've avoided COVID the whole time, so I've been very lucky, and so have we. But man, oh man, the rules do not make sense. They changed it all the goddamn time. So the rules at the time were 7 days, I think. That was kind of the logic we were going off. So it's if you tested on the 19th, you're negative. As long as you're negative on Christmas, because that's 7 days, then you'd be alright. So then it gets to Christmas Eve. And usually we have a family Christmas tradition where we go to the cinemas and just see a movie that's come out and we get dinner, right? Very wholesome. It's weird. I remember only 2 of the movies that we ever watched. And so we've been doing that since like probably 2010. So that's a good 10 years. I've done it every year. I remember one year, last year or the year before, 2 years ago, we watched the newest Star Wars. Was pretty shit. Then the first year it was your boy Adam Sandler, Bedtime Stories. Now, you know, that guy has had some misses in his later years. That might have been that might have been, you know, the straw that broke the camel's back. And I say that in regards to that was the last good one, because after that, you know, that movie holds up. That was an excellent movie. Do I remember any of it? No. But I do remember the cover. It was gumballs. Because I think the gumballs rained out of the sky or something. I don't know. I worked a video easy. I just saw the cover a lot. Maybe it's just stuck with me. It's a suppressed memory. I don't know. So what did happen in that movie? Did he tell? It's kind of like Night at the Museum sort of vibes. He tells the bedtime stories and they come to life. Yeah, excellent. Anyway, yes, avoided COVID. Except on Christmas Eve, a new family tradition began, and that's my mother testing positive for COVID. So then Christmas is officially cancelled. You know, we're meant to go to family and friends on Christmas. That got cancelled. I can't complain too much though. No mingling for this guy. Not complaining. But it meant I get a lot less food, so that's a bit upsetting. But so she tested positive, and then Christmas Eve, family fun time, gotta go get tested again. Didn't get the results back yesterday or Boxing Day. Got them back today. At the time of record, 2-time champ over here. Double negative, so... You know, honest to God, I reckon I could get in a tussle with a crocodile and I'd come up unscathed. So, that's my confidence right now. Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood, touch wood, touch wood, wood, touch wood, wood. That's my confidence right now. I can't be stopped. Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. Not a fear in the world. But it did mean that Christmas now became an even more fun game. It was like a level of Mario Kart. We went off of easy mode. Now we're in the pro mode, baby. Because now only am I avoiding one person in the house, you know. Not only is my paranoia taking control of me halfway, it's controlling my entire being. Because now I'm avoiding my mama as well. Then it was real bad, because it's like, well, damn, she been the one cooking for us. She been doing the cooking and cleaning. You know she's not wearing a mask when she's doing that. Oh, man. The vibes were not good for Christmas. Then it's like, so she's in her room. My sister's in her room. Now I'm avoiding 2 people like the plague. Then we gotta have Christmas. It's like you're all sitting like meters apart, like in opposite spots of the backyard. Weird vibe, but you know, it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. I got, you know, don't have to mingle with people. Didn't have to, you know, do what I didn't want to do. Be where I wanted to be. I'm at home. Just with my own family. 8 out of 10. I would recommend. It was kind of fun dodging them, but currently still dodging them. And now I've double negative. I don't understand. Like, I think I'm sweet to go, but then you're not because it's close contact. But then it's like I'm a double close contact, and it's like, well... It's a real mess. But it has been like living in a horror movie here. Just masks on, glass, and you honestly, I've never been more in the mindset of trust no one. It's like I'm looking my own father in the eyes, and I don't know if I can trust him. It's like he's got a mask and gloves, I got masks and gloves, my brother's got masks and gloves. It's like a fun challenge. That's also the worst thing ever, because you're not even the one that's sick, yet you're still in the same conditions as the one that are. And, you know, thank God and thankfully, you know, neither of them, the infected, the bloody disgusting people among us, have had anything serious. So, it's just been an inconvenience, a major inconvenience. But I mean, I can't complain too much. Currently, I'm sitting at the top of the podium in terms of lasting the longest. There was a real fear it's just going to drag us down one by one. But again, trust no one, and you'll be okay. Any kids listening out there, my message: just trust no one, and not even your own parents. Just trust no one, and you'll be all right. You'll be all right. But one of the things I touched on last episode, one of the traditions that we didn't get to do was the bonbons. Now we still had our prawns and oysters. And in fact, my father tried to mock me. He didn't quite understand my point about the oysters. Because again, oysters, it's a real, I said it last time, I say it's a real divisive, it's a divisive food, you know? It really is in the category of either you love it or you hate it. There's no, I don't mind them. It's no, you eat them or you don't eat them. You don't have half of one and go, oh, that's enough for me. And then you've got the other debate of do you swallow or do you chew? Now I said you chuck it down your throat. Oh, no, I chew them. You're a weirdo. Don't do that. When you've got a loogie in your throat, do you chew it? It's disgusting. As I speak right now. Wow. That's podcasting. I'm having a feedback loop, but that's like it's like a second late. Wow. No, I don't like it. It's in my head. There's a voice in my head now. I don't like this. What do I do? Should I stop? Yes. It's like I mean, it was 12 minutes. And now there's a voice in my head. I said we were in a horror game, but I didn't say. I meant that as a joke. No, I don't like this. Is this hard to listen to? There's a voice in my head. I can hear I'm second delay. Why did it for 12 minutes? For 12 minutes, I was on. Sorry, for 12 minutes, it was on proper loop, and now all of a sudden. It hits it. It wants to go. Now I've got this voice that's a second behind my head. I don't like it. I just want to get back to talking about Christmas fun and bonbons. Did I fix it? No, I didn't. Sorry about that. Honestly, I didn't even. All I did was stop and start again. And now it's back. That's technology. And here at Finprov Productions, we're raw, we're real, we're as honest as it gets. And I don't love editing, so we're gonna leave it in. But one of the things we didn't get to do, because again, yes, the oysters, and yes, I had mentioned that if you've got to put sauce and bacon on it to eat it, just have that separate. Now, my father took that a little bit literally, and he just gave me a bowl of Worcestershire sauce and bacon. And when I say it was disgusting, it was disgusting. So now I'm questioning you even more. You're putting that on the oyster. So disgusting and disgusting. Now I think it's even weirder. You've certainly not pushed me in the right direction. But something that did get a bit of a kick in the right direction was bonbons. Now, with 2 infected out of the 5 in the house, and all separated, bonbon was no longer a tug of war between your compadres, your amigos, your family. It was a one-person tug job. My favorite. Now, my gripe with the old bonbons is that someone gets paid to write the jokes on that. And it's a little bit of fun, the awkward, your uncle said their joke, your father said, and then you're like piping up. It's like, do I really want to? But then it's like everyone starts going, and you're like, well, I kind of feel like I have to say what's in it now. I can't just throw it out. But it's like, ugh, it's a waste of all of our time reading out. And then you put on the hat, and it's like they're never a good fit. Like this one, they come down. It's like they're too big but too small at the same time. You know, they're just such a weird fit. And then you got a toy that, like, can you even call it that? Usually it's a yo-yo that doesn't yo. It's a puzzle with 4 pieces. Oh, look at that. It was just a blue canvas. Thanks, Father Christmas. But now you're doing that with 2 people. So now though, that's the payoff, which you don't really want. But if you do a 2 tug, you're tugging 2 people, right? 2 people you're tugging off. If you get no payoff, you know, you're a sweaty mess for nothing. Stop it. But doing a 1-man bonbon, I felt weird and sacrilegious doing it, but I also enjoyed it. I knew who was going to win. It was a question, though. Was the left or the right going to win? In the end, I barely touched it and the thing exploded. So, I don't know what that says, but my right hand won. And then I've got the payoff. I've got my red crown, which now covers my eyes. I've got a frog, like one of the jumping frogs that you push down and it jumps, which, you know, of course, you know, it doesn't really work. But yeah, it's cool to, you know, you can just flick it. You can flick a little piece of plastic. You know? That's what I did. I sent him straight back home. Straight to the ocean. Where he belongs. Then, you've got the joke. And now, I did have it. I've thrown it out. And I'm not digging through the bin to find it. But it was hilarious. And we know that. You don't need to hear it to know it was hilarious. But on a much more real level, it wasn't. And that's my issue. The bigger issue was that we opened 5, right? It's a pack of 8 bonbons. We opened 5. Out of the 5, 2 had the same joke in it. If that's not enough, multiply that, because a separate 2 had the same joke as well. Different to the first 2, but the same. So out of 5 bonbons, instead of 5 hilarious jokes, some writer getting paid for only doing 3 jokes. And by that logic, you'd say in the pack of 8, there's only 4 jokes. Because you gotta assume now, he's done the old dodgy dodge, and one of them in there has the other joke, and the other 2 are the same. Now what's up with that? You get paid to work 1 day a year. 1 day a year, because it cannot take more than that. It's for one period. Because again, imagine having a bonbon any other time of the year. Imagine on your birthday. Oh, let's pull the bonbons. Oh, but I'm turning 12. Why do we do this? It's fun. This is what we got you. I wouldn't look for presents because they're in here. We know you love yo-yos. You know, imagine that. Imagine at a funeral. That would be fun. Everyone's saying they want their funeral to be a celebration rather than a cry fest. At my funeral, I want bonbons. Someone write that down. At a wedding, that could be fun as well. Just popping off in the background. That could be fun. Something that isn't fun though is trends, internet trends. Now, as we all know, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. In fact, I usually hate them. I usually hate all of them. Usually, yeah, quite strong on the against side of the argument. And there's actually been a few lately that really upset me. I don't know why I did that. If you're watching, I don't know why I did that. Now, a lot of them seem to be sort of geared towards, I'd say, the female demographic. there's some shocking for males, of course, but these ones in particular, they're sort of in that push. It's marketed towards the female demographic, and probably in that sort of, classic, like 16. I wasn't going to talk about this trend. One of the dumbest trends is, because I said 16, is the, 16 missed calls one. And I guess it's like they show something where usually it's a guy and, he's skinny because he's 10 years old. And then it has that song, and I guess that means that... See, if it's 16 missed calls, is that meaning that he called someone and they didn't answer 16 times? Or you have to assume that means he's got 16 missed calls. So, but that means that when he was scrawny, people have been calling him. And you're just going to assume it's, the lady friends that were knocking him when he was scrawny. But doesn't that insinuate that they're calling him whilst he's scrawny? No, but it can't be, because then he answers the phone, allegedly. I've never seen one of them pick up the actual phone. And then he's buff, but he's not buff. He's now 14, so he's still scrawny. Or even if he is buff, it's like, that's really cool, man. You got muscles. What's up? You know what I mean? But these trends, one of them is the "Go You Little Rock Star" one. Now, babe, if you are calling yourself the rock star, it's always this shit that falls. Always, like, when they said that I couldn't start my own online marketing business at 21. They said I was too young and it wouldn't work out. And then cut to themselves sitting in a different part of the room in a different fit saying, "Go you little rock star," and then that's it. Or it might cut back to them and go, "Oh, my business is successful." Cool. You got 3,000. You got 3,000 followers. Cool. You have a pyramid scheme. Congratulations. You have a platform that's identical to the other 14,000 exactly like it. Congratulations. You don't look like a little rock star. You look like a little special. When it's you're calling yourself. You could have got someone else to say it a little. You know what I mean? You could have at least called up mum and dad and got them to say it. That would have looked better. Another dumb one. A lot of the thoughts use it, the temptresses. They use this one. And that's that, I heard that she'll do this for a man. And, it's again, text that doesn't match the words. Biggest gripe on the planet. If your content, your creativity hits its capacity at having text that doesn't, having words, right? Words and audio do all your talking for you. Just a song, just 10 words, and so that's your content. That's your content creation. At least if you're gonna put text up there, have the text match the song. At least match the vibe. But it never does. It will be a big block of text. What you doing? You're playing Eye of the Tiger whilst your text is making a love song. It doesn't make sense, right? It's that I heard she'll do this for her man. And it'll be something like, "Oh, I heard that she..." Because they're really clever. Some of them try to be clever with it. And it's like, I heard that she she rubs her man's head and listens to his problems. Then jump to text saying, and now it's her on the other side of the car, because it's always in the car for some reason, and it's her saying, "Isn't that you?" And then jumps to, yeah, it is. You don't come across as seductive. You come across as schizophrenic. You don't come across as beautiful. You come across as bipolar. You don't come across like you got different layers. You come across like you got different personalities. It's you. It's you. It's you. How can you take yourself seriously with that? It's you. It's you. I heard she'll do this. At least have someone else do it. You're saying, it's you saying, isn't that you? And then it's you saying, I heard she'll do it. Then it's you saying, isn't that you? And then it's you saying, it is you, which is me. What's up with that? Then you got another one. Now, a lot of guys do this one as well. This one isn't just for the temptresses. When you take blah blah blah's phone, but it needs Face ID. First off, why you got their phone? Second off, of course it needs Face ID. Third off, it also will have a password, so you're not actually limited to that. And fourth off, why does no one that does it, have you noticed that no one that does it looks even remotely like the person that does it? The voice is back. The voice is back in my head on a second delay. Maybe this podcast could be called Voices. I don't like it. Anyway. Okay. I was already heated. Now I'm just scared. The Face ID, right? And so no one looks like them. No one. I can't do it. I'm back, but now I'm more annoyed because again, last time I didn't do nothing to fix it. This time I didn't do nothing to fix it. If someone's a little bit of an audio technician, can you let me know why I go from hearing myself in real time to then all of a sudden, without warning, hearing myself on a second delay? I don't like it. Anyway, Face ID. So, first off, the concept makes zero sense. Second off, no one that ever does it that looks remotely like the person that does it, right? Third is some of the more edgy among us like to do, when you stole your ex's phone, but it needs Face ID. And then I'm sitting there as the avid consumer going, I like to think I'm pretty smart. But I go, wow. Maybe she's still got a picture of him. Maybe Jacob isn't that bad a guy. Maybe he's still got a little picture of Samantha. He must still be hard. He hasn't quite healed. And that's okay, because healing takes time. And that time is not set by anyone but your emotions. Then, picture me flabbergasted, jaw hitting the floor when I see the camera turn from them onto a trash can. That's a real-time reaction. But then I sort of take myself out of that immersion, and I quickly come to the realization that that's stupid. Like, that's really, really dumb, because again, like some of our other friends here, you're not making you look smart or edgy or funny. You're making yourself look sad and desperate and lonely. You gotta take some time to heal, Rebecca. Jeremy's not gonna see that. He's not gonna see that because the concept is so stupid. You took the phone. Okay, step one. Why, if he's your ex, why are you seeing them? That's kind of my first question. My experience, you don't need to see them. If you're actually okay, you probably don't need to see them. But they do. They feel the need. So I guess, you could say they're at a party or are they one-on-one. I don't know. There's so much left to the imagination. I guess that's the joy and wonder of it. But then, they've got the phone. Now it needs Face ID. But they got the phone, but they don't know the password, but it's their ex. I'm sure they would have had some sort of inclination as what it would be, but it needs Face ID. But then they put it trash, and because that makes them look like they're the one that's not desperate, like they're the one that's smart. You're the one that's saying, you're admitting you stole the phone, but then it's trash. But then you look dumb because That means you dated them and they were trash. But then why would the phone click? Because they might be trash on the inside, but they're not going to look like that. The whole concept doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure the Face ID, no, it can't see inside you, it can't see internally. If I put a pot of gold in front of my camera on my phone, it's not going to open my phone, even though that's what I am on the inside. You know? You just look dumb. Now, maybe I'm diving too deep into it. But, you know, Julian and Julie, you look like a couple of morons. Another, maybe that's what I call the podcast. Another, the internet, what a weird and wonderful place. And I certainly do not understand it. Because the new age of cooking videos, honestly, you know, they scare me, confuse me, they scare me, they worry me. They're going to give me a goddamn seizure. And I'm not even going to learn how to make your buttermilk pancakes. Now, I'm no wizard in the kitchen, but I can handle my own. My biggest problem is as soon as I step foot in the kitchen, I lose all ability to multitask. All ability. I cannot cook my bacon and my eggs and my toast and put the avocado on the toast and fry I cannot do it all at the same time. Without fail, something's going to be cold. Something. But that's when your best friend Microwave comes in, huh? Or as I like to call him, Mike. See, what I should have done, I should have said, oh, and you would have went, oh, my. It's a little bit of behind the scenes, a little bit of in the writing room, huh? Can you tell I've been stuck inside a week? Anyway, the new age of cooking videos. It's just whack. All it is, you know, I'm not asking for Nigella Lawson or Jamie Oliver to whisper to me in their soothe and embracing tones. I'm not asking them to break it down step by step, ingredient by ingredient. All I'm asking to do is that I can see clearly how to make what you're making, how much to put in, how much to stir, how much to cook. But the new age is just quick cuts. But not even of the food, it's just quick cuts. Quick cut, transition, bite into the food. That's the end. Now, I didn't learn a goddamn thing. It always starts off like this, right? It starts off with it done, like it's done, the meal. It'll be a roll, right? They bite into the roll, crunch, put it down. Then you see like a second of chilies being cut, then a second of onions being cut, then a second of thing, then you see the chicken being put in, then you see a thing, it's just cut. Not once, not even for a little second did you see how much of the ingredients did you need, did you see what ingredients you need, because your brain's going into overload and you're foaming at the mouth from seeing so many cuts in a row, so many quick transitions in a row. You don't even learn how much to put it on for. And then it comes out and you're expected to know, and it just loops and loops and loops and loops. What's up with that? Another on the old new age of cooking videos. What's up with raw vegans? My guy, you just eat fruit. That's it. It's not. There's nothing more to it. You just eat a fruit. Now, I don't need to see what you eat in a day. I do not need to see that you eat a rock melon a day. A rock melon with some watermelon in it and a bit of yogurt. But it's plant-free, animal-free yogurt. So it's just shit. I don't need to see you doing that, my friend. I don't need to see you eating raw leaves off of a tree with a little bit of honey. I'm sure it's fantastic. Don't need to see it. It's not cooking. It's not cooking. It's not cooking. Putting a skewer with watermelon, rock melon, and banana is not cooking. It's like you're just building Legos with food. I want to go back to Nigella. I want to go back. I just want to go back. Anyway, that about wraps up another episode of the Finprov podcast. I hope to see you all back next week. And remember, anything you can do to like, rate, support, comment, rate, review, it's greatly appreciated. But what's even greater is seeing your smile. Take care.